Well, it's welcome back to Brisbane to the notorious Finn brothers, Tim and Neil. It's great to have you here again.
Thank you. It's quite changed to be known as Notorious. I thought we were really nice. Had a nice image. It's good.
Well, I think it's good to see you getting on so well, and as I say, it's a real pleasure to be able to talk to you on this occasion, which is probably the last time you'll be doing an interview together for a while, I guess, isn't it? At least at this time.
Yeah, for a while, for sure, yeah. I'm sure there'll be joint interviews at some point in the future.
I suppose you guys must feel at last that you've sorted things out an immense relief at having organised it.
It is a relief, yeah. These things always take a while. They bubble away for a while and eat away at you and can actually be quite destructive. But once you make the decision, yeah, it's on to new things. It's quite exciting. It's scary, but it's exciting. I suppose I cheated a bit by doing a solo record, so I've sort of had a taste of it, but it doesn't make it feel any less like a challenge, you know. It's interesting.
It's great to have a definite direction for a while. The last year and a half has been a bit vague one way or another. We've had a lot of time off and a lot of time sitting around wondering what we're doing. So now since we made the decision, we've been busier than we've been for about 5 years, which is a good way to be, really. No time to get morbid.
Mm-hmm. Well, what would you guys like to say about the breakup of the band? How would you like to express it best?
Not a lot, really, because basically it's as simple as that. We wanted a change, a musical change and a lifestyle change, everything, really.
I think whatever we say, people will interpret it how they will, but the facts speak for themselves to a large extent. But the only thing I would like people to keep uppermost in their minds is that there's all those albums there and everything we've really wanted to say about our lives and about what we think are in those records. So I think that's what we're most proud of, obviously, is our music.
Yeah.
Well, we're playing a few tracks with this interview today, so why don't we go back to very different looking split ends from the early years, a track called Bold as Brass.
Yeah.
How far back does that one go?
1979, wasn't it?
No,
Just Rhythmia.
Oh, it was just with me
Yeah,
too,
77.
Yeah,
It was one of the first clips we ever did. I still reckon it's hilarious and sort of stands up pretty well.
Okay,
it was pretty wild, yeah. I had my mouth open for the whole clip. I don't know why.
Let's have a look at it now. See yourselves looking like that in '84.
It's funny. I mean, it's like looking at somebody else now. It's quite objective feeling. But that was a good bold anthem. That one, it was like an anthem of defiance. We were going through quite a hard time, and we used to always pull those sort of songs out, like, you know, you can't get rid of us. You can't keep us down. And it was true. You couldn't.
It's also good to see that our image isn't embarrassing to watch, and about, you know, often in bands, when you see them back in the 70s to the way they are now, there's a vast difference, and it's a bit embarrassing, sort of, really. But we all had short hair back then.
We never wore
all had good
platforms or
costumes.
lyrics bell-bottoms or anything.
Well, you had the shaved sides of the head and everything, which came in a bigger way 8 years later.
It's still there now. I mean, it's really, I guess, in a way, we were influential visually. I don't know about musically, which I would have been far more impressed by, but visually I think we had an impact, yeah.
I was wondering, with that great footage and being so visual, do you guys have anything to say about the possibility of a movie, a la Cold Chisel?
Well, not a tour movie, no. We want to do a musical. We always did. I'm still trying to write a script at the moment. But, and I guess we'll collaborate on that. Hey, brother.
Of course, there's a part for me.
I have a good little part for you, the village idiot.
I prefer the young stud.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
Right. You prefer the young stud, but we won't go into that one.
Well, I never get a chance in real life, so, you know.
Neil, when you joined the band, that coincided with the move towards, I hate to say it, but the more commercial appeal. Or
Why does everybody hate to say that word? It's ridiculous. I can't understand it. Commercial is the most wonderful word in the world, because it means that you're doing well, and that's fantastic for a band. Every band in the world wants to be successful, and anyone that says they don't is a liar.
Most people reject it, though, don't they? It's good to hear you are that honest about it.
Well, it's just stupid not to be, really. I mean, we've always wanted to be successful, and it's not like I sit down and go, hell, I've got to write a commercial hit. Oh, no. You know, I mean, I sit down and write a song, and if it's commercial, it's great.
Well, you wrote I Got You, and that was the one that catapulted the True Colours album into a lot of living rooms and cars around the country.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It was an exciting time.
It was a good time, yeah. It was a funny song, though, because I never really sort of thought it was that great when I wrote it. I mean, I thought it was all right, but...
You're embarrassed about it, really?
A little bit, yeah. The chorus,
little ditty,
you know.
Yeah.
I don't know why sometimes I get... It's great now.
And then the studio, it just all came together and had that sound about it.
It's very enduring, too.
It does sound up well. On stage, we got a bit sick of playing it, although we still play it. But on record, I think it sounds good. If you hear it on the radio now, it still sounds powerful.
Well, let's play it right now on television. Here's I Got You. Tim, I'd just like to talk a little bit about your solo career, because it started off, we spoke to you about 14 months ago on the release of Escapade here at Clipz, and since then things went better than you expected.
It did, yeah. The main thing for me was doing the album, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and so really anything else was... Of course I wanted it to do well, but I didn't really have any concrete ambitions for it, like chart positions or awards or anything like that. I just hoped that the first single would do well, and it did. But yeah, no complaints. Yep, it was good. I can do better though, I think.
And you're working on that now?
Yeah, well, I'm just writing and sort of deciding who I'm going to do it with and all that sort of stuff.
What sort of direction do you think you might take? Would it be as pop-flavoured as the last album?
Well, yeah, there's a side of me that will always write catchy tunes but I like to sort of achieve a certain depth in the lyrics as well within that. So I'm just trying to write, you know, what I feel and be honest, and same as ever, really. There's no big secrets. It's just let it all pour out, and hopefully it'll mean something to people.
Tim, I read the recent Penthouse interview that you did, and I was interested in the line that you were dreaming up ways to get out of your solo stage performances, like breaking your legs, for example. Do you think you'll face your solo career with a little more confidence after?
Yes, definitely. I've got more confidence, but I always get panicky when I do new things. I think everybody does, and that was really a result of the fact that it was so new. But it adds to the performance, I think, if you're that nervous.
Is it worth it to you to go through that sort of anguish?
Oh yeah, of course it is. I mean, nothing's worthwhile without a struggle, I think.
The movie you worked on in Sydney recently, The Coca-Cola Kid, you've done how many songs from the soundtrack? 1 or more? 3
songs. Yeah, and there'll be a single release next year, I think, to coincide with the release of the movie.
And do you play a small part in the movie too?
They're very small, very, very small.
Is this...
Blink and you miss me.
Is this something that you may aspire to in the future as well?
Not really. I've never really wanted to be an actor. I just think it's not a particular talent that I possess. I can bluff my way through very small cameos here and there, but I'm more interested in getting the script finished and you know, behind the scenes, doing the music for a film. And
leave the acting to me, I think, you know.
Yeah, Neil's always had a great promise as an actor.
Like hell.
We can see you next year. Tim, this is the one that...
to like me for a long time.
Yeah, that's right.
Doing very well today.
Yeah, well, it's obviously, it's not a time for sadness at all, really, because it's the beginning. We all want it a lot, so...
The best is yet to come.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk to you each individually, I sure hope, in the
then you'll get
too
the truth.
distant future. Yes, it'll be all over. Thanks very much, Tim.
Don't believe that.
Thank you. See you next
See ya.
year.
Thanks a lot,
Bye.
Neil. Let's have a look at I Walk Away.